Objective Geology, multiple choice questions with answers. This is the solved question paper of Delhi University 2019 question paper, and I hope this solved question paper is useful for various competitive exams like CSR, NET-GATE, GSI and other exams. Welcome to set 2. First question. This assemblage is characteristic of low to medium grade low pressure series metamorphism of pelites. The choices are A. Kyanite, garnet, biotite, muscovite and quartz. B. Garnet, sillimanite, potash feldspar, biotite and quartz. C. Cordierite, sillimanite, potash feldspar and quartz. And D. Cordierite, biotite, muscovite and quartz. The assemblage, which is characteristic of low to medium grade low pressure series of metamorphism of pelites, is cordierite, biotite, muscovite and quartz. So this mineral combination is commonly found in the Buchan facies series, which is defined by a low pressure intermediate to high temperature gradient, leading to the formation of specific minerals like cordierite and often andalusite as the temperature increases in pelitic rocks. Next question. The seismic discontinuity within the earth at a depth of about 2900 kilometers is known as A. Gutenberg discontinuity, B. Mohorovičić discontinuity, C. Lehmann discontinuity and D. Conrad discontinuity. So this is a very straightforward question. The answer is Gutenberg discontinuity. The seismic discontinuity within the earth at a depth of about 2900 kilometers is known as Gutenberg discontinuity, and this boundary, it marks the transition from the earth's silicate mantle to the liquid outer core, where there is an abrupt change in the properties of seismic waves. Next question. The spinifex texture with long spines of olivine is associated with A. Comatite, B. Kimberlite, C. Gabbro, D. Basalt. The spinifex texture is characterized by large bladed skeletal olivine or pseudomorphs of after olivine crystals resembling long spines is a diagnostic feature of comatites. This texture is formed by rapid cooling of high temperature comatitic lavas, which causes the olivine crystals to grow quickly and develop a bladed, dendritic or acicular habit. So the spinifex texture with long spines of olivine is associated with comatite. A is the correct option. Next question. The Ganga Brahmaputra groundwater province includes A. the Aravalis, B. the Deccan basalts, C. the Vindhyans and D. Bhabar and Tarai belts. The correct option is D. Bhabar and Tarai belts. The Bhabar and Tarai belts are the integral parts of the Indo-Gangetic Brahmaputra plain, which also serves as Ganga Brahmaputra groundwater province. The Bhabar is a narrow belt of coarse permeable sediments at the foothills where rivers disappear underground, while the Tarai is the ill-drained, marshy, forested belt to the south of the Bhabar, where these underground streams re-emerge. So the Ganga Brahmaputra groundwater province includes Bhabar and Tarai belts. D is the correct option. Next question. The composition of brachiopod evolved from A. calcareous to siliceous, B. siliceous to phosphatic, C. chitinophosphatic to siliceous and D. chitinophosphate to calcareous. The composition of the brachiopod has evolved from chitin phosphate to calcareous. D is the correct option. Next question. Glossopteris became less diverse in A. Permian, B. Triassic, C. Cretaceous and D. Jurassic. Glossopteris became less diverse in Triassic. Glossopteris experienced reduced diversity in the Triassic, with the order Glossopteridales declining in India due to gradual habit of drying, and though some forms survived into the early Triassic before their ultimate extinction in the region, and this drought, it led to smaller Glossopteris leaves and ultimately a transformation of plant communities rather than a sudden catastrophic event at the Permian Triassic boundary. So Glossopteris became less diverse in Triassic. B is the correct option. Next question. The physics of how organisms move is known as A. biomechanics, B. biotechnology, C. biostratigraphy and D. bioimmunation. So the physics of how organisms move is known as biomechanics. The study of the physics of how organisms move or the application of mechanical principles to biological systems is called as biomechanics, and it is an interdisciplinary field that combines knowledge from physics and biology to understand how living organisms from single cell to whole bodies move and function and how they are affected by mechanical forces. So the physics of how organisms move is known as A. biomechanics. Next question. Deepest trench occurs in, is also a simple question, A. Atlantic Ocean, B. Indian Ocean, C. Pacific Ocean, and D. Arctic Ocean. Deepest trench occurs in the Pacific Ocean. The deepest trench on the Earth, the Mariana Trench, it is located in the western Pacific Ocean, east of the Mariana Islands, and it is formed by subduction, where one tectonic plate plunges beneath the other, creating a deep, narrow, and steep-sided depression on the ocean floor. The deepest point within the Mariana Trench is known as the Challenger Deep. So, deepest trench occurs in Pacific Ocean. C is the correct option. Next question. In pericline law of twinning in plagioclase, the rhombic section is parallel to A. 101 phase, B. 001, C. 011, and D. 010. In pericline law of twinning in plagioclase, the rhombic section is parallel to 101. A is the correct option. Next question. Lucite is comparatively silica poor than microcline. Its chemical formula is A. KAlSi2O8, B. KAlSi2O6, C. KAlSi3O8, and D. KAl2Si3O8. Lucite chemical formula is KAlSi2O6. B is the correct option. Next question. A fold with a sharp hinge and slightly bent or wavy limbs in a profile section is called A. Arrowhead fold, B. Box fold, C. Polyclinal fold, and D. Chevron fold. A fold with a sharp hinge and slightly bent limbs in a profile section is called as a chevron fold. While classic chevron folds have perfectly straight limbs, the description of slightly bent limbs suggests a variation, sometimes referred to as a semi-chevron, which still retains the characteristic of sharp hinges. Next question. AFM diagrams for metamorphic rocks can be called as A. Compatibility diagrams, B. Pseudo-component diagrams, C. Phase diagrams, and D. All of the above. AFM diagrams for metamorphic rocks can be called as compatibility diagrams, pseudo-component diagrams, and phase diagrams. So D is the correct option. Next question. The monsoon has well-developed cycle in A. East United States, B. Africa, C. Indian and Southeast Asia, and D. North Australia. The monsoon has well-developed cycle in Indian and Southeast Asia. The Indian and Southeast Asian monsoon system is well developed, and this is characterized by a seasonal reversal of winds and distinct summer, rainy, and winter phases that significant impact the region's climate and agriculture. So this system, it arises from the differential heating of land masses and oceans, creating low pressure conditions over heated land in summer, leading to the influx of warm, moist winds from the oceans. So the monsoon has well-developed cycle in Indian and Southeast Asia. So C is the correct option. Next question. The drainage pattern over a gently sloping, uniformly resistant terrain will be A. Parallel, B. Trellis, C. Dendritic, and D. Rectangular. So the correct option is C. Dendritic. The drainage pattern over a gently sloping, uniformly resistant terrain will be dendritic. This type of pattern resembling the branches of a tree, and it forms when rock material is homogeneous and it shows no structural control over the direction of stream flow, allowing tributaries to merge with the main stream of acute angles. So C. Dendritic drainage pattern is the correct option. Next question. Cambrian explosion marks the beginning of A. Extinction of trilobites, B. Skeletalization, C. Diversification of corals, and D. Trilobite expansion. Cambrian explosion, it marks the beginning of widespread appearance of skeletons and hard parts of fossil record, which is a pivotal event in the diversification of animal life, though evidence suggests that soft-bodied organisms existed before this period. So this era, it saw an explosive evolution of complex animal body, and with the development of biomineralized shells and skeletons, providing animals with structural advantages and leading to a more complex ecosystem and food webs. So Cambrian explosion, it marks the beginning of skeletization. B is the correct option. Next question. The last appearance of Hipparion defines the A. Paleocene or Eocene boundary, B. Miocene or Pliocene boundary, and C. Oligocene Miocene boundary, and D. Pliocene Pleistocene boundary. So the correct option is Pliocene Pleistocene boundary. The last appearance of Hipparion, it defines the Pliocene Pleistocene boundary. D is the correct option. Next question. The bed forms of the lower flow regime migrate A. Downstream, B. Do not migrate, C. Upstream, D. Transverse to flow. The bed forms of the lower flow regime migrate downstream. The primary bed forms of the lower flow regime, such as dunes and ripples, they migrate downstream. The downstream migration is driven by a cycle of erosion on the gentle and upstream slope and deposition on the steep downstream slope, causing the entire bed form to move in the direction of the flow. Next question. Calcium in garnet is in A. 3-fold coordination, B. 8-fold coordination, C. 6-fold coordination, and D. 4-fold coordination. So the correct answer is B. 8-fold coordination. Typically, the coordination number of A-class cationic of garnet is 8 due to the radius of calcium, so that is 0.112 nanometers, which is 8 times of coordination is appropriate without too much pressure. So calcium in garnet, it is in 8-fold coordination. Next question. The cephalopod with both the saddle and lobes denticulated is A. Goniatite, B. Ammonite, C. Ceratite, and D. None of the above. The correct option is ammonite. The ammonite is the extinct group of cephalopods with the saddle and lobes in their shell which are denticulate. These structures are part of complex suture lines found on the shells of ancient ammonoids and contribute to the distinct appearances. Next question. The marine to continental transition in the Himalayan foreland is marked by A. Upper Dharmashala to lower Sivalix, B. Lower to middle upper Sivalix, and C. Subatu to Dakshai formation, and D. Dakshai to Kasauli formation. The correct option is Subatu to Dakshai formation. The transition from marine to continental deposition in the Himalayan foreland is marked by the Subatu formation, which is marine, giving away to Dakshai formation, which is continental. So this stratigraphic boundary, it signifies a significant shift from marine sedimentation in the Subatu Sea to the development of continental terrestrial environments, and a change linked to the early stages of Himalayan tectonics and uplift. So the marine to continental transition in the Himalayan foreland is marked by Subatu to Dakshai formation. C is the correct option. These are some of the suggested books. Next is the tips to prepare for the competitive exam. In continuation for the last video, I'm making these tips for the competitive exam. So in addition to that, I'm giving. So number 1, create a study plan. So what type of exam and how many reading hours are needed exactly for that exam. So for that, you have to prepare a timetable for each exam. So for that, create a study plan. It is very important. And second point, it is analyze the syllabus. How you are going to analyze the syllabus, it makes a very important. That means what are the easy chapters are there in that syllabus and what are the difficult things are there. You can make a red mark and then you can write it down all the exam difficult things so that you can plan accordingly. So this is analyzing the syllabus, and is there the syllabus is objective or descriptive pattern, in what way you have to write the exam. So like that, analyzing the syllabus is very important. And the next step is you have to arrange all the study material which you have. So nowadays there are so many materials are in the available internet. People like you may confuse like what material I have to read. For that, you have to study the reference books. So in the next video, I'll make what are the good important reference books. So for this, please rely on the standard books. Referred material is there, and then textbooks. Minimum 8 to 10 textbooks are needed, and like apart from that, you had to read the NCERT syllabus, and then all those other stuff is there. So first thing is arrange the study material. Don't go for the simple and vague materials. So go for the preferred reference standard textbooks. So this is very important. Next is understand the exam pattern. So what type of exam it is there and what is its pattern? Suppose if it is a descriptive or it is objective, and how much authenticity you are preparing for descriptive exam. So whether you are good at writing or that particular points, like if it is descriptive, 2 marks question or 5 marks question or 10 marks questions, like that, what is the pattern is there? And you have to understand that one and you have to make the notes accordingly. Fifth point, make your own notes. So why this plays a very crucial, because now you say that means you have lots of loads of syllabus or material are there, but your own notes make an important criteria in passing through the exam. Because if you write the notes, this we will have more memory and you can memorize more, and then you can practice this, and you will have 100% confidence that yes, I have understand this one and I have make a notes, and then you can memorize very well. In that for that case, you need a picture or image format of any topic. Suppose if you take any topic like in glaciers, or then suppose if you think meandering of rivers, or then drainage patterns, or anything in geomorphology, or texture patterns in petrology, or joints, or particular strike slip faults, or in structural geology, anything. For that, what is the important thing is you have to make a picture of that. You have to take a pencil and then you have to write make the diagram of that, so that you can understand more, and then you can this picture format it will give, or image format, this will have a long-term memory. And another important is table format. Suppose if any structure of silicates or anything it is there, you have to make in the table format, so that it's easy to note it, and then you can copy, and then you can make like some number of things are there, like how you can make it in a what you can say that that format, you repeatedly you have to see that, and then you can practice that. So picture or image and table format, it plays an important thing for a descriptive exam. So make your own notes according to that, and then seek guidance. So this is very important, because nowadays you are preparing so much, of course that's good, but how much guidance you are needed. Suppose for the any exam, you can talk to your teacher or mentor, or you can with chit chat with the seniors or friends, and you can share your material, and you can take the guidance from them. And because every point makes an important thing. And another important step is stay motivated. So why? Because you have to stay motivated. Someday or some days you do good, and some other days you feel very bad, or something, some functions or something, some disturbances will be there. Of course, even though you have to be stay motivated, and every time whenever you are sharing the material with your students or friends, or anybody is there, you had to be motivated that yes, I am going to secure this exam within that stipulated time period. This is very important. Always you have to be motivated, and then you can make a phone call to your friends or teachers, or that yes, I'm good at this point, I'm not this, like this. You can always be stay motivated and don't desperate at any cost. And another important thing is eliminate distractions. Nowadays digital mania is there, means every time you have to see your mobile, and everything is available in the mobile. That means either it is positive way or negative way. So number of distractions or notifications, or then social media, everything will be there. So you had to eliminate all these distractions. And the other important pointing is visualization. What is this visualization? Everybody knows that visualization means if you see and repeatedly any particular pattern or a type, and then you can become what you thoughts becomes things. So that's why your thoughts always should be motivated, and your thoughts should always be inspired, and your thought should have a good thought that yes, I'm going to crack this exam within this time period. Hook or crook, I am going to solve that, or I'm going to secure that position, or anything you can plan, whatever be be. And give a specified time period for that daily. Sit in a calm place, and then visualize already that you have got the exam, or you have appointed as an officer or geologist or something or so on. And this process, it makes the things very um, promptly. So this visualization. So, and another important thing is sleep well. Most of the people, they read so much, and then they will be frustrated, and yes, I have read this much, but the thing is you have to sleep well. Minimum sleep hours are very important, so that your brain will be active. And for that minimum 6 to 8 hours sleep is very essential. So these are the tips overall. Just I will repeat. First is to create a study plan, and second is you have to analyze the syllabus, and third is arrange all the study material, keep in files at one place for any one particular exam, and then understand the exam pattern, what type of syllabus is there, how many marks, and then what type of whether it is a what you can say that objective or descriptive, and make your own notes. That means take a book always with you, carry notes, and a book with always carry a notes, and that notes it should contain any picture or image or any table format which are difficult to remember, so that if you write and practice every day, that will become very easy. And another important thing is seek guidance from your teacher or professors or mentors or seniors or friends, whoever maybe website, or give it will give some complete guidance. And another important thing is stay motivated, always be motivated, stay inspired, and to discuss and have good groups, join in good groups, so that you will be having you will be connected. And eliminate distractions. What is eliminate distractions? Because the digital distractions will be there, and then mental distractions will also be there. Something, sometimes you may read more and then you feel that, oh, I may forget, or something like that. You will have that desperate feeling. So eliminate all these distractions and have a clear goal, and then have visualization, everyday practice thrice or number of times as convenient to you. So this visualization is a very crucial step, which is for any competitive exam preparation. And last thing is sleep well. So don't stress too much, have a minimum stress, and then for that you have to make your brain sharp, so that you can remember more, so that you have to sleep well. So these are the 10 tips what I have given, and see you in the next video. Thank you for your time. Hope you can explore geosciences, and you can subscribe and share. See you in the next video. Thank you for your time.